Welcome back to MPL Recall. Oras na para sa inyong paboritong bahagi ng ating palabas. Well, actually, favorite din namin to. It's time for our weekly power rankings. Once more, my name is Leo, joined here by Reptar and Honey Glaze. And as broadcasters and of course fans of the MPL here in the Philippines, parating nagbabago ang ating power rankings and it's always a fun exercise. So, with that being said, Honey Glaze, this is your first time doing this. Kumusta
Yeah.
yung paglista ng top 10 mo?
Totoo pala talagang mahirap siyang gawin since you gotta look at the teams and you gotta look on how they are playing in game mismo, and especially hindi mo lang basta-bastang ibe-base yun sa mga highlights eh. Kailangan mo rin makita kung paano ba sila naging powerhouse sa ganitong klaseng game. Paano naging committed sila sa pagiging consistent sa ganitong klaseng playstyle. So, ang hirap pala talaga bilang caster or bilang analyst na you have to make a list ng mga teams na nakakapaglabas ng potential nila when it comes to this weekly series nila.
Yep, and again, yung fact na nakita mong, ay, nandito pala siya, wait lang, bakit? Di ba? Parang you're correcting yourself as you go. So, we'll show your power rankings in a bit, but I gotta ask, Reptar, kumusta naman? This is your, I don't know, fourth, fifth, I don't know, a dozen time that you've done this. Are there any major changes before we show it?
Well, masasabi ko lang for
May mga
now
surprise
is
ba?
yung surprise, not really, but yung gitna ng table ko might be a surprise for people who just see the screenshot or the photo. Pero pag narinig yung explanation ko, then you guys will get it. That's all I'll leave for now.
Okay. Okay, sige. So again, ready your screenshots, guys, because again, this is gonna be our weekly power rankings update. We'll put up the screen now, and of course, we'll go do our guests first. Reptar, show us. Ano nga ba yung interesting dyan sa gitna ng yung top 10?
Alright, bang! Uy, sakto. Nasaktuhan na tayo eh. Sana. Okay, so I have next play, Bren, Omega, and you can consider work then as being part of the middle. That's how my middle of the table looks like. And honestly, this was pinag-isipan ko to na matagal. Because of what these teams showed. And yung kulang na lang nila for this is a clean week. I feel like I can really honestly, buti nga walang numero to because that's like the perfect placement. Para sa akin, Work, Omega, and Bren, based on the performance from week 4 are tied. If any of them had a cleaner weekend, boom, they're gonna launch up to the top. So, that's gonna be my middle. Yung top 3 ko naman, with Blacklist, Aura, and Onyx, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Although Onyx Esports, some people might say that I should have put them lower because they only had 2 series compared to the 3. Yung return ko that is they had a much better showing compared to last week. From a 0-3, if I'm not mistaken, they went 2-0. And very impressive yung pinakita nilang wins. So that's why Onyx there is at third. I think Execration, LPE, Signal, pretty self-explanatory na kung bakit sila nandyan.
Okay. Hoping that your bottom 3 recover. Again, we've talked about that in detail earlier in the show. But yeah, this is Reptar's top 10. Let's move over to Honey Glaze. Pakita natin. Honey Glaze, tell us about your top 10.
Here is the list of my top 10. Pagdating kasi sa Work and Omega, I see the full potential kasi ng Omega dito. Yes, may upper edge kasi dito ang Work Oster Force early game through mid game. Pero sa sobrang compose kasi ng Omega dito, nabasa ko na they can still pull it through out on the late phases of the game na kaya nilang ipaka-epic comeback yun at mabigyan nila ng pagbe-bait out ng mga team fights dito yung kalaban nila. So, I got Onyx into my top 4. Why I have Bren Esports into my top 3, I just know and I just get the feeling that they have more full potential in the next week and na mas malalabas pa nila yung kaya nilang igawin, and especially we know this team. We already know how they've been playing throughout the series, and I gotta say na may comeback potential pa rin talaga ang Bren Esports. And when katulad na lang din ng last three teams dito ni Kuya Raptor, I have Execration, Laos Playbook, and syempre ang Signal Ultra Esports. Na although self-explanatory na rin talaga na nandito pa rin yung Blacklist and Aura PH here in my top 2. Sobrang commendable pa rin kasi talaga ng mga plays dito ng Blacklist, and especially Aura PH here na ilang beses na rin nakakapaglabas din ng potential nila when it comes to those draft and sa mga mga commendable rather na mga team fights, and especially the creative playstyle na nakikita natin throughout the weeks.
All right. So, sige, interesting yung placement ng Onyx mo ah. I really would like to see how that plays out in the next couple of weeks. But that being said, Honey Glaze, thank you so much. That's your top 10. I guess to round it out, here's mine. All right? I-prepare nyo na guys yung screenshot kasi ito ang aking top 10 for this weekly power rankings. Pow! All right? We have the same bottom 4 and nagkaiba lang to sa top 3 dahil yung work ay inangat ko doon sa Omega Esports. Honestly, yung talo ng work sa Omega, that was something that could have been avoided. So the fact that you can isolate those reasons or isolate those moments shows na it doesn't define that loss doesn't define the team's power ranking. So that being said, I'm just saying Omega, this should go up. As in legit, tataasan nila yung work or even aura if they're more consistent, if they show this kind of aggression or precision in the next few weeks. Now, tinaas ko ang Onyx sa Bren is because, again, Onyx has Bren's number all the time. And I'm hoping to see Bren slowly go up. Kaya same siya doon sa posisyon ni Reptar at number 5. So, that being said, guys, medyo simple lang naman. Week in and week out. This is what we've come to, our weekly power rankings. Screenshot nyo na yan. And then tell us also what your weekly power rankings are. Real quick, may mga surprise ba kayo? Mga gusto nyong tanong tungkol sa top 10 ko or kay Honey Glaze? Tag nyo na lang kami sa aming social media because we're gonna have to call this one a day. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of MPL Recall. Once more as well to our guests, Reptar and to Honey Glaze. Thank you so much sa pagpapa-unlock sa episode na ito, week 4, episode 5 of Recall. Honey Glaze, where can people find you in case they want to hit you up and when they want to watch you work?
At my socials, it's always at Miss Honey Glaze. Liga Darna, subaybayan nyo yan, guys. Playoffs na rin namin, or semifinals na rin, grand finals na namin this next weekend. Kaya medyo sabay siya sa MPL. So, ayun, you just have to watch out for this dahil these are women na lagi namin sino-showcase na they can do things as well as same na mga players na nakikita natin sa MPL. And ilang beses rin namin nang-interview yung mga female teams doon na they treat Liga Adarna as MPL. So, watch out guys sa Liga Adarna this last week namin dito ngayon.
I believe it. Once more, Honey Glaze. Check her out at Miss Honey Glazy. Now, for Reptar, though, makikita nyo siya this coming week at MPL Philippines. Reptar, where can people find you?
Yeah, my socials, it's at Esports Reptar sa lahat na yon. So that's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Esports Reptar din ba? Basta nasa YouTube rin ako. More videos, new videos gonna come up there very, very soon. Niluluto ko lang. But yeah, TikTok, I drop analysis there. Medyo kulitan. Facebook, analysis talaga. Twitter, more of just one-liners, relax lang. It's more close to, my more relaxed side in real life. So yeah, those are where you can follow me. And as always, thank you so much for your support, for all of us talents, for the league, for the players. And you can really tell that all of us, hindi lang kami sa talents, but the players as well, just like each and every season, we're bringing out the best that we can every week para mas maganda yung show.
True that, true that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much again for joining us, for watching MPL Recall, produced by Covenry. Follow them on social media as well, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Covenry. Alright? Madaling hanapin yan, especially on YouTube. Just search up Covenry. You can watch the highlights and of course replays of this show. Speaking of which, baka napansin nyo na, MPL Recall has been recorded live for this episode for this week. But we do promise you, next week babawi tayo. Live ang susunod na episode ng MPL Recall. Itagan nyo yan sa bato. I hope. But with that being said, once more, my name is Leo, as always, your host for MPL Recall. Follow me on socials at LeoCastsPH. I'll see you guys this coming week at MPL Philippines. We'll close the show off with the schedule. Parati kayong mag-iingat. Goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving us a like and subscribe to the channel. You can find us on Facebook via the link in the description. Thanks.